Ram Ram everyone, welcome to Enthusiastic Spiritual Series. Let's welcome Shiv Kumar ji to give us a discourse on Bhagavad Geeta based on Swami Ramanand teachings. Welcome Bhaiya and thank you all for joining us today.
Shri Ram Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurue Namah. Welcome to all joining this session. Now we are at shrimadbhagwat Geeta explanation in English and at verse 1.39. कथम न गेयमस्माभिः पापात् अस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलक्षय कृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भि Janardanam. So Arjuna is saying, O Janardan, O well-wisher, Lord of public, Katham nageyam asmavi. How could we not notice? Katham nageyam. How could we not know? Asmavi. We. Papat asman nivartitum. Which kind of pap? Which kind of sin? The sin arising by slaying our kids and kins, our relatives. So papat asman nivartitum. Yes, it is accepted that our brethren are overpowered or dominated by greed, but we are knowing everything. We are at higher level of knowledge. So how could we not know? We should know and turn away from this catastrophic war. Katham nageyam asmavi. How could we not notice that it is sinful to kill our own brethren, Katham nageyam asmavi papat asman nivartitum kulakshaya kratam dosham. To kill the whole family member, it is kulakshaya. That is kulakshaya kratam dosham. Killing the kinderman arises a kind of sin. So imbalance. So kulakshaya kratam dosham prapashyat bhi janardanam. So though seeing that it is a sinful job, how could we not turn away from this war, O Janardan? So Arjuna is saying this to Janardan, that is Janardan meaning that who is well-wisher of all organisms, all creatures. So this kind of address is given to Lord Krishna. Yet how we can, who clearly see the evil arising from destroying the family, remain unaware of the need of abstaining this sin? How we had not suspended this war? So such was the question put by Arjuna to Lord Krishna, so that he can abstain from war. He was not wanting to fight war due to his materialistic attachment and the compassion and attachment to their brethren. He was getting deprived of his own righteous job, that is fighting for a good thing. So he was abstaining this. So such questions are put by Arjuna to Lord Krishna. Next verse is 1.40. So kulakshaye pranashyanti kul dharma sanatana dharme nashte kulam kritsnam dharmo bhivavatyut kulakshaye kratam dosham. If we kill kulakshaye, the destruction of dynasty. So if we destroy or kill all members of a dynasty, dynasty means it is a kind of inheritance from centuries. So one person is handing over the rituals, the ethnics of the group or that dynasty to other members, and in this way the descendants are taking it properly, and in this manner the family get enriched by some rituals and ethnics. So it is a kind of dynasty. They are working under a theme or some kind of ideology belongs to them. So kulakshaya pranashyanti. If there is destruction of dynasty, then what is pranashyanti? What is destroyed? It destroys kul dharma sanatana. So by destruction of dynasty, the eternal religious rituals are also completely destroyed. Kul dharma sanatana. Sanatana means eternal religious rituals are completely destroyed if a dynasty is destroyed. Dharme nashte kule kritsnam. If dharme nashte, if the rituals and religious offerings and sacrifices are destroyed, kule kritsnam adharmo bhi bhavatyut. So if it is done, then the remaining persons of that family, that is the newer generation, will be adharmo, overpowered by irreligious things. Adharmo abhi bhavati ut. So in this manner, the new generation, the forthcoming generation, becomes irreligious if the senior members are getting killed. So Arjun was here in the worry that at least senior members should get spared from this war, so that we can very well fight with Duryodhana and others. But he was unwilling to kill the grandsire Bhishma, Dronacharya, and the other senior members of family, so that the proper handing over of rituals and ethnics should go on, and there is no lapse of the rituals or handing over. Dharme nashte kule kritsnam adharmo vibhavatyut. From the ruin of the family are totally destroyed the traditional rites. So if family is destroyed, then traditional rites, ethnics are destroyed, and duties of the families are also destroyed. When rights and duties are destroyed, the vice overpowers the entire family also. That means irreligion overpowers, dominates the entire family also. So we should abstain from this war. We should abandon this war. The elder members of family bear age-old tradition that if elder members are there in any family, then they properly nourish the newer generation in the similar manner as they have got from their forefathers or previous generation. Customs, ideas, and noble values of that community is properly transferred to newer generation by elder members, which they pass on to next generation. These traditions help nurture moral values in family. If such kind of handing over process is not taking place, then such dynasty is not having any moral values. So or civics. So such kind of civic sense is not in that dynasty. That dynasty is not great then. So if lapse is there. Now, these traditions help nurture moral values in family and build religious propriety in a society. If elders die early, then in absence of proper guidance, the next generation sways away from virtuous path. So the next generation now get deviated from virtuous path, from righteous path. Hence, Arjun was in the opinion that at least older person should be spared from such war. Next verse is 1.41. Adharma bhavat Krishna pradushyanti kul striya stri shudrashta suvarshane jayate varna shankara. So adharma abhibhavat Krishna. So Krishna is again addressed to Lord, that is the slainer of killer of Keshi demon. So here adharma abhibhavat. If irreligion is there, then what will happen? Abhibhavat. Then adharma abhibhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulistriya. If adharma is there, if irreligion is there, then the females are corrupted because nobody is there to protect them. So the female of that family become corrupted. That means somebody else of the other dynasty or some other that is illegal person may acquire those females, so they become corrupted. Stri shi dushtrasu vasharne jayate varna sankara. So vasharne, that is again addressed to Krishna. That is, Krishna was Yaduvanshi, though he was descendant of King Yadu, but the initial king, who was also a very great king of Yaduvansh, Yadu dynasty, was Vrishni. That's why Krishna is also addressed here, Vasharne. So, O Vasharne, you are having such a great dynasty and you are telling me to ruin my own dynasty. Then how could our dynasty will survive? And what will happen to our females? They will get corrupted. And if they will get corrupted, then their forthcoming generation will be an unwanted gene. That means it is intermixed hybrid gene. It is not properly a Kshatriya. It is not properly the gene of warrior. It will be mixed bred. That is, the other persons of other varna will mate and our females will give unwanted progeny. So such was the justification given by Arjuna to Krishna, because he was going on the basis of 4 different varna which were described in Veda. Yet the Geeta was not sung by Krishna. So Arjuna is giving his whatever the knowledge on the basis of Veda, what he has anushruyate, which he have heard from the great persons. That is only is the here point of discussion by Arjuna. So at that time, the Veda was saying that the intermingling of castes can make devastation only, and the proper rituals will not be handed over to new generation, and they will also not be desirous to adopt those things, because the pure gene is only taking the things and rituals, ethnics, or any whatever customs in a righteous manner. If genes become hybrid, if genes become interbred, then such generation are not. They deviate from their religious path because they are having some mixed breed. So their tendency to turn away is much more. So here the Arjun is afraid that such person of our forthcoming generation will be not warrior like us. So let us abandon this path. Women occupied a very high status in the previous society. Yatra naristu pujyate ramante tatra devta, as was stated in the Vedas, and the similar is that by such pious and females, and the female who bear chastity, the deities take offering from that. Whatever is offered to them, rice balls is offered, flower is offered, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, whatever is offered to deity, they take properly from such females who are maintaining their chastity and are pious. But if the female become corrupted, then in such cases our offering will not be accepted by deities. Such was the argument which was put up by Arjuna in front of Lord Krishna. So, if the women of family turn towards immorality and commit adultery with other varnas, they would bear illegitimate child, and that will not only destroy peace and happiness of future generation. Because if such generations are giving offering of rice balls, that is pindodak kriya, we are offering to rice balls water to our ancestors and they accept it. But if illegitimate children are there, then that offerings will not be accepted by ancestors and they will also go to hell. Such explanation and argument was given by Arjuna to Krishna. And Sri Krishna, the Lord Krishna, was a silent listener up to the first chapter. The first chapter named as Arjun Vishad Yog. That means if we are deprived, if we are in confusion, and if we are in distress, and we go to our Lord, then Lord, embrace us. Why we are deprived? Why we are distressed? Because we are away from our Lord. We are disalienated from the righteous path. That's why this all happens. This grief happens. This kind of mistuning happens. And at that time, God does not leave us. He embraces us and gives us a light and make us happier. So this first chapter itself is a yoga, that if we are in distress, we should surrender to Lord. We should not go elsewhere, because ultimate happiness, ultimate solution lies in the feet of Lord only. Hence, when Arjun, the great Nar, because Arjuna was Nar and the Krishna was Narayan. So Nar and Narayan, it was such a tuning. And here Arjun was also the son of Indra. So that is the family, the tradition of Indra. It all ultimately descended to Arjun. That's why also he is assumed to be a great Nar. Otherwise, when there was the offering by Lord Krishna that either take my Yaduvanshi army or take myself, who will be only the chariot leader. So here Arjun has accepted Lord Krishna and not that army. He was knowing that what is right, yes, to surrender at the feet of God. Hence, this first chapter is named as Arjun Vishadyo. In a sloka also, it is said that Karpanya dosho prahat swabhav prakshami tvam dharma sammurcheta yat shreya shanishitam rohitan me shishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. Karpanya dosho apaharat swabhav prakshami tvam dharma sammurcheta. I do not know what is the religion and I am totally misled and confused. Karpanya dosho apaharat swabhav prakshami tvam. I am asking. I am dharma sammurcheta. What is religion? I am all asking about it because I am completely confused what to do, what not to do. So yat shreyam, what is best? Yes shreyam bruhitan me. Yes shreyam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapanyam. I am your disciple and I am surrendering at the feet of you. Please, whatever is best for me, guide me. So in this manner, the Arjun, who was in distress, ultimately has surrendered to the feet of Lord. That's why such kind of despairness itself is a yoga, because it leads us to Lord. So the path itself is to be attributed, which leads us to God. And if we are distressed, distress is leading to God, then that path is also to be worshipped. So there was a such kind of instant in a movie that is Sagar or something, where it has been given in a song, जिसने हमें मिलाया जिसने जुदा किया उस शहर उस गली उस नगर को सलाम. So in this manner, though it was given for other uh, kind of sense, but here also, whatever is the purpose which makes us to meet God, that thing is to be worshipped. So our despairness itself is to be worshipped, because it makes us to ultimately go in the righteous path, in the path of God. So such is the beauty of that path. Hence it is given Arjun Vishad. Now, verse is 1.42. Sankaro narkayev kulagna nam kulasya patanti pitro yesham lupta pindodak kriya. Sankaro narkayev kulagna nam kulasya patanti pitro yesham lupta pindodak kriya. Sankaro narkayev. So if such hybrid will be our forthcoming generation, Sankaro hybrid, narkayev, so they will make us to go hell. So narkayev, such high unwanted generation itself will perish and also leads us to get perish. Narkul agna nam kulasya, and also those are perished, go to hell, who are killing the generation. As we will be the reason, we will kill our generation members. So kulagna nam, kul agna nam, that means who are killing the dynasty, they also get perished and go to hell. The Arjuna is stating further to this, that sankaro narkayev, that is, and the intermingling of family leads the ruiners of family go to hell. So if intermingling of family will take place, then it leads the ruiner of family to ruiners of family go to hell. Patanti pitaro yesham, and our ancestors also will go to hell, to whom we are offering sacrifice and rice ball offers, we are offering them water, they all will go to hell, because our that means the offerings our forthcoming generation will not be accepted by them. And our forefathers, patanti pitaro yesham, so our pitaro, that means ancestors, will also patanti, they will fall into hell. Yesham, he yesham, lupta pindodak kriya, and the sacrificial practices will also will get ultimately perished, and ultimately it will be it will become deprived of. So look the pindo the kriya. So such kind of practices ultimately will get stopped, and our ancestor will also go to hell. So if such kind of things taking place, we completely destroy our dynasty. Many of the catastrophic thing will take place. So please, Lord Krishna, advise us: is it correct to fight and kill our dynasty? Next is verse 1.43. दोषयते कुलग्ना नाम वर्ण संकर कारक उत्साद्यन्ते जाति धर्मा कुल धर्माश्च शाश्वता. दोषय एते kulagna nam. So due to such kind of sins, doshay ete kulagna nam, who are the ruiners of family, varna sankar karke, and are causing the hybrid and unwanted forthcoming generation, because we will only be called that we have killed the dynasty and ultimately made unwanted progeny to get arise. So due to these misdeeds of ruiners of the family, which cause intermingling of castes, so utsadyante jati dharma. So due to this utsadyante are ruined, utsadyante are ruined, jati dharma, society and family welfare are also completely destroyed. Utsadyante destroyed, jati dharma, that is society and religious, everything is destroyed. Kul dharma cha shashvata, and eternal spiritual dynasty is also destroyed. Everything is destroyed. What are the things will be destroyed? Eternal family traditions will be destroyed. Social and family welfare will be destroyed. What are our duties will also get forgotten. We are warriors. We have to fight for our society, for welfare of people, other people. And these all duties will also get destroyed if we destroy our dynasty. Next is verse 1.44. उत्सन्न कुल धर्माणाम मनुष्याणाम जनार्दन नरके नियतम वासो भवति त्यनुशुश्रमा उत्सन्न कुल धर्माणाम. So utsanna, if destroyed, kul dharmanam, if dynasty religions are destroyed, utsanna, that means destroyed, kul dharmanam, manushyanam janardana, if humans dynasty religions are destroyed, then O Janardan, O well-wisher of organism, O well-wisher of public, Narke niyatam vaso, it is certain, Narke niyatam vaso bhavatiti anushrama, I have heard from the great of acharyas, that is great mentors, anushram, I have heard from the best of teachers, that in this case if we have heard that living in hell becomes inevitable, narake niyatam vaso bhavati anushrama, so our dwellings will be only in hell, that I have heard from the great acharyas, that if manushyanam, those humans whose kul dharma, whose family religions are destroyed, those are only dwellers of hell. I have heard this from acharyas, because that's why it is called shruti. Whatever is listened from acharyas, from great persons, and ultimately it is uttered to next generation, and in this manner it moves on, that is called shruti. So here it has been told that it is not good and we will get perished, we will go to hell. Such kind of justification is made by Arjuna to Lord Krishna. Now 1.45 ahobat mahat papam kartu vyavasita vayam yat rajya sukh loven hantu swajanam udyata. Aho, alas, but mahat papam, what we have intended to do. Aho, but mahat papam, the great sin we were going to do, great sin. Aho, but mahat papam kartum, we were intended to kill our own family members. Vyavasita vayam, how could we indulge in such a sin? Aho, but mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam, we vyavasita indulged kartum, to do mahat papam, the great sin. Alas, alas, we have indulged to do great sin. Which kind of great sin? Yat rajya sukh loven hantum swajanamudata, for the kingly pleasure. So to get kingly pleasure, we became intended to kill our own kids and kin. So we are intended to kill our own kids and kin for mere kingly pleasure. What we are going to do, we have intended to go to very illogical, illegitimate paths. So it is unrighteous, O Keshav. This is not good. So such was Arjun saying. Arjun was surprised despite being aware that war would only bring misfortune to all. Those who were in the battlefield are the family, and they would leave behind. They were all hankering to commit this sin. So that means those who are killed, but some will be left behind, and ultimately we are left behind, then we will be caused responsible. So we will be called responsible for killing the dynasty. So those who are left behind, it is not a good condition for them. They are ultimately will be blamed that they have killed their complete dynasty. So he started the word aho, which means alas. He has enumerated all the possible catastrophes that were imminent in this war that will took place. And if the wrongdoers were not punished, it would cause greater damage to the society. So often we keep blaming the circumstances of others, but turn a blind eye towards our own weakness. Arjun's justification for not killing his greedy cousins and relatives was he was under a justification of not killing the greedy cousins. And why he was unwilling to not completely vanquish them? Because of his own attachment to family members, the older persons of that family. So he did not realize that his sentiments are only materialistic. It is not spiritual, because he was also involved, he was also in distress, and he was also confused. So it is not a spiritual thing. Spiritual guidelines makes us calm, quiet, unidirectional. But he was misled, he was confused. Many of the arguments was given by him. So it seems that he was in a materialistic attachment, and under Maya, under of the attachment of family members, he was stating such things. And some of the arguments are also based on Vedas. So such was the statement given by Arjuna. Now, next is 1.46. यदि मां प्रतिकारं शस्त्र अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणया धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्त्युं तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्. Now, yadi mam pratikaram, yadi mam, if to me apratikaram, mam apratikaram, I am unresisting. If we unresist ashastram and not having any cross and bow, ashastram shastrapanaya, they, our brethren, they, our cousin, with their arms kill me. If mom, if we apratikaram, we will not resist, we will not having any cross and bow, and they come and kill me. Dhartarashtra rane hantyum, if the sons of Dhritarashtra rane in war hantyum kill us, shame taram, that will be better than this. What we are going to do to kill them, it will be more better. If they kill us and our dynasty is spared, that will be more better, because killing dynasty is not good. So Arjun also stated this at the climax, and it is totally deviated from the Swadharma, that is the righteous path. So Dhartarashtra rane hantyum tanme kshemataram bhave. That will be better, or that would be better if they kill us. Unarmed, unregistered Arjun is killed by Duryodhana or their brethren, then it will be more better than killing my own complete dynasty. So such was the claim, or such was a statement given by Arjun. So in the last verse of first chapter 1.47, Arjun state, and the same is stated by Sanjay. Sanjay watched to Dhritarashtra. Now Arjuna is not saying anything. Now Sanjay watched to Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya is saying to Dhritarashtra. Evam uktva Arjuna sankhye rathopasthu pavishat विसृज्य शशरम चापम शोक संविघ्न मानसम एवं उक्त्वा Arjuna Sankhe, in mid of the war, when the battlefield of both sides are properly arranged, so evam uktva Arjuna Sankhe, so in battlefield Arjun, after stating this, rathopas, on the chariot, upavishat, on the chariot, he simply said, Arjuna now simply said, Vishrajya Shasaram Chapam, and he has kept aside Shasaram, that is his cross, and Chapam, his Gandiv, his bow and cross, all are kept aside. Now, not willing to war, I have taken decision, and I will not do any war or kill my own kids and kins. Vishrajya Shasaram Chapam Shok Samvigna. He was despaired, completely distressed. Shok Samvigna Manasaha. So in his mind, he was completely distressed and even do not know what to do, what not to do. Such was the condition. So it was Arjun's reluctance to fight the war has now reached the climax. And he had now surrendered to his grief and slumped into deep dejection. So he has abnegated the war, he has dejected the war, kept his all weapons aside, leaving his own warriorship. So his condition was the creation of his own maternal attachment. Now, such condition was catalyzed by Lord itself, so that Arjun ultimately surrendered to God. And now the song of Geeta, the great Geeta, will be uttered by Krishna after this chapter, and which is all beneficial, not only for Arjun, it was beneficial to us. How we can, when we are away from our duty, our righteous path, how can we come out? What should be our outlook towards the materialistic thing, and how can we come out from that distressful condition? This all will be stated in the next chapter, in next session. Now, our sister Geeta Jaiswal will recite bhajan for us.
जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में, मन चमन हमारा हरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। गीता ग्रंथों से न्यारी है, श्रुत जुगती अनुभवकारी है। गीता ग्रंथों से न्यारी है, श्रुत जुगती अनुभवकारी है। युग युग का अनुभव जुड़ा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ। भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में जब शोक मोह से घिर जाते, जब शोक मोह से घिर जाते, तब गीता वचन हृदय लाते, तब गीता वचन हृदय लाते। कल्याण खजाना भरा हुआ श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारी गीता में, कल्याण खजाना भरा हुआ श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारी गीता में। जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। गीता संतों का जीवन है, गीता संतों का जीवन है, गंगा के सम अति पावन है, गंगा के सम अति पावन है। शरणागत अमृत भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। विज्ञान ज्ञान रस भरा हुआ श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारी गीता में। हरि प्रेम लबालब भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। मन चमन हमारा हरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में। श्री राम।
श्री राम। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। न त्वहं कामये राज्यं न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवम्, कामये दुःखतप्तानां प्राणिनामार्तनाशनम्। त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, न तुमदिष्टं पाहि मां रक्ष मां। तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो मां, हम सब तेरी शरण में। अपने चरणों की भक्ति दो मां। श्री राम।
Thank you, Bhaiya, for the wonderful discourse. Thank you, Geeta ji, for the beautiful bhajan. And if anybody has questions, I'm going to unmute everyone. So please, this is the right time to ask Bhaiya the questions.
राम राम, बहुत अच्छा बोले कुमार।
राम राम। राम राम प्रिया जी। राम राम।
Ram Ram aunty, Ram Ram everyone.
राम राम।
भंडार भरा है गीता में और तुमने भी बहुत भंडार भरा है।
राम राम।
राम राम। हम सबको राम राम।
सबको राम राम। पूजा राम राम। राम राम सानवी।
राम प्रिया बहन राम राम।
Ram Ram aunty, Ram Ram. Any questions for Bhaiya? Thank you, Bhaiya, again for the wonderful discourse. Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiv Kumar ji. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful session.